Two. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. The Lord said, confession good for the soul. So right now,
all I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. And shot call to be known with them niggas letting shots off. Either that or the right hand to the top dog. Funny how we see vanity, not the lives lost. Can't be focused on a life that's hopeless. Out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you. I had no life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me. But that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame the Lord's name. Now we afflicted with pain. All I ever wanted was to be respected by stand-up niggas, not knowing that them handcuffs custom made the face. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a gangster. I ain't lying, I was close to dying. Knew I wanted to live, but I wasn't trying. I was defiant, not knowing that this ain't how we live. This just how they design it. Cause when you in them streets, you get more endemic. They don't tell you gonna be on papers and on restrictions. My father said a hard head to make a soft ass. I didn't care, I wanted fear when I walked past. In a place where a black man's blood is cheap. I thank the Lord for the day I was on Lake Street. Pissing in the cup, back and forth to court. Found the DC school, I swear it felt like I cried on that fucking porch. The Lord said, my sheep, they ain't hear my voice. Asked me why I'm UPK, I told them I ain't have a choice. They said God ain't 50-50 and what's gonna come to pass. The Lord called me out the world and I started running fast. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. All I ever wanted was to be a gangster. Little did I know I was in danger. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, and I was just a stranger. Go ahead. All I wanted was to be a gangster. It's UPK until it hit the fan. I want power and a throne, nigga, fuck them grams. All I wanted was to be a gangster, but I was real as a righteous man. And now got the upper hand, gotta promote this brand. Correct whole multitudes until they all understand. If I can't get that crown, Lord, then put me in the hands of someone more mighty make me this man. Reminiscing on the pain that was felt. Shit, I was in the jam. Shit, I needed help. But Swan was locked up in the judge put man on the shelf. Had me crying cause it felt like I was left by myself. All I wanted was to impress niggas with cause most these niggas lie and pump smoke. One time for the most high, he made me a cutthroat. Cause all I ever wanted was to smash my opponents. Stacking cash, not knowing it wouldn't last.
Bun your holler, bun your holler.
bun Karab, bun your holler, bun your holler.
Y'all about to show me how to shop rock the thumb.
Y'all about to show me how to shop rock the thumb.
I wasn't gangster. Decisions that I made provoked the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time, but I was just a stranger. All I be a gangster. Little did I know I wasn't danger. Decisions that I made before the Lord's anger. Prayed to him all the time and I was just a stranger. All I wanted was to be a
La Yasha Allah.
La Yasha Allah. All right, blow the horn again. Cover the scroll. All right, a Amadium, which means to stand. Everybody stand. Wapan Yahakwidum, which means to turn towards the east. We're going to say the prayers in the Hebrew, and then we're going to say it in the English. Whenever you're ready out.
Lord's Prayer, Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayah,
Shabbat Shemayah,
Wadash,
Wadash,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Olatuka,
Olatuka,
Laba'a,
Laba'a,
Atazayaka,
Atazayaka,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Asha,
Asha,
Barataza,
Barataza,
Hawa,
Hawa,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Natang,
Natang,
Lanawa, Natang Lanawa, Nakam, Call, Yuwam, Wasalaki Nawa, Nabawaki Nawa, Nasalaki Nawa, Nabawaki Nawa, Wala'a, Naba'aya Nawa, Nabawaya Nawa, Wala'a, Naba'aya Nawa, Manasaya one, Paul, Awashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Naya, Maka, Amalakwa, Mahala, Mahakaparif, Awam, Aman.
This is what he said.
Do not affiliate with impersonators.
Our Father,
Father,
which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Thy kingdom come,
thy will be done,
thy will be done,
on
on
earth
earth
as it is in
heaven.
heaven. Give us this day,
Give us this day
our daily bread,
Give
Give us our debts,
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive our debtors,
Forgive our debtors.
Lead us not,
Lead us not
into
temptation,
but deliver us,
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is
Thine is
the
the kingdom,
and the power, and the glory, forever, forever. So be it. So be it.
Yeah, you already know what it is.
I cock the power, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah, Babu Shah, Dona Nawa, Akak, Larba'a, Amalaka, Rakal Marawa, Akak, Lataha, Amatazarium, Akak, Lahakwium, Amakwium, Akak, Arawath Kitwa. Arakawak, Amatala, Gershon, Hashem Yahweh Shai, the water.
Aman, this is what we said in English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, give us the power,
give us the power
to heal,
power to heal, all manner of
all
sickness,
manner of disease,
all manner of
power to
disease,
cleanse the lepers,
power to cleanse the
power to
lepers,
raise the dead,
power to raise the dead,
Endure to the
power
end
to
is
raise
what
the
a
dead,
wise
power to
man
raise the
do.
dead,
power against us in the spirit,
power against us in the spirit,
to
cast them
the
out.
name of Yahweh Shai,
Name Yahweh
thank you, and so be it.
So be it. Bless Israel, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Washarala, Wayah, Wayah, Saparium, Barak, Rapa'ah, Agan, all of Israel.
All of Israel. All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Generals.
The generals.
The
Captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The young men.
Young men.
The sisters.
The sisters.
The children.
The children.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
Go ahead, sis.
All of Israel.
All of Israel. Go ahead, ladies. All of Israel. Go ahead, up.
Bashim Yahweh Shai,
Hashem Yahweh
the
Shai,
water,
the water,
Aman.
Aman. All right, this is the prayer that we send up for all our loved ones. And when we read this prayer, you can say whoever's name, John Smith or Sarah, whoever. You can say whoever's name it is that you want that prayer to go up for. All right? This is the prayer that we sent up. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Bless us in Israel.
Bless us in Israel.
And the school. Bless heal, shield, and protect.
Bless heal, shield, and protect.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
In the name of Yahushua.
Name of Yahushua.
Thank you. Thank you. So be it.
So be it. Psalm 121. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Awariam. Ayan. Shaba'ah. Azariah, Mayan, Yahweh, Ashah, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Ayatan, Namawat, Regalyaka, Ayadawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'ah, Nanawam, Wala'ah, Ayashan, Shemar, Asherala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Al-Yaid, Yamyanka,
fucking mind blown like a
Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wakara, Yala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Makal Rai, Shamar, the Pashka, Yahweh, Shamar, Taza'atka, Wabawaka, Ta, Aid,
I'm a certified prophet, respected like the word of God. You ain't got the heart, nigga. You ain't got the heart. You got the finish and the beef that you start. You ain't never been a soldier, little nigga. Play your part. Claiming that you spark when you ain't got the heart. Cause you niggas
He will not suffer that foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is our keeper. Yahweh is our keeper. Yahweh is our shade upon the right hand. Yahweh is our shade upon the right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
Coming in.
This time forth, and even forevermore.
And even forevermore. Psalms 83. Alahaya. Adamaya. Naka. Al-Thakarash. Wa'al. Ashakwat. All. Kayahana. Awabatyaka. Yahama. Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Makah. Ya'armiwa. Zawada. Wayata. Yatazawa. Al-Tazawawanyaka. Amawa. Lakawa. Wanakakadam. Magawat. Magaya. Wala'ah. Yakaza. Sham. Asherala. Iwada. Kaya, Na'awatazawa, Laba, Yakarwa, Al-Yarka, Barayaf, Yakarawaf, Ahalya, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alahayam, Mawaba, Wagariam, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Palashat, I'm Yashabjika, Tazawa, Gum, Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zorawai, Labanya, Lawat, Salah, Asha, Laham, Thamadian, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kavadian, Banakal, Kakwashwan, Nashamadwa, Bayan, Nara, Hayawa, Daman, Ladama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Tarab, Wazakaba, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kal, Nasa Yakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nashar, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Af, Na'awaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayathawa, Galia, Nakwash, Napanya, Waka'ah, Ka'ash, the Ba'arya Ira, Walakaba, Galahat, Hararium, Han, Naradakma, Lasa'araka, Lasaba, Wahapka, Nabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Palawan, Waya, Tahwahwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Mahalwa, Aya'aid, Waya, Karpawa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Da'awa, Kaya, Atah, Shamka, Yahawa, Labatka, Ayawan, Akol, Arataza.
This is what you want to say in English. Keep not thou silent.
Keep not thy silent.
Hold your house.
Hold your house.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
Hold your house.
Hold your house.
For lo,
Lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
enemies make a tumult.
They that hate thee have
They that hate thee.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
They consulted against thy enemies.
Consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said.
They have said,
Come.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
The name of Israel
There be no more
shall be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarines.
And the Hagarines.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabez.
As to Jabez.
As to brook of Kisan.
As the brook of Kisan.
Perish that Endor.
Perish that Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a ram.
Make their nobles like a ram.
Like Zahab.
Like Zahab.
Yea. All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And Azamuna.
And Azamuna.
Who said. Let us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh.
the houses of Yahweh
In possession.
in possession.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
Stumble before the
As
wind.
the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire that burns the
As
wood.
the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
Flames that set mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them. With thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill thy faces with shame.
And they seek thy name.
They may seek thy
Oh
name.
Yahweh.
Oh Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
And trouble forevermore.
And trouble forevermore.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know
That thou.
that thou,
Whose name alone.
whose name alone
Is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
Most high.
Over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Lord. Prepare to do our lesson. Alright, the shop is music.
Chopper gon' feed a nigga leg in the thigh. Damn, I done made it out the bay, can't believe it. Nigga fighting over hoes, I done seen it. My old nigga is the ops, can't feel it. Nigga, this a big book, I ain't seen yet. It's some snake ass niggas, we ain't kill yet.
Up here? Yeah, we good. April, you want a red book? If I could.
I don't want to like I don't want. You don't want to do that?
Yeah, I'll take one. Yeah, I'll take one. The water barbershop.
Gillette.
No, that's good. That's good. Right.
Gillette.
You want
Nah, you got one for yourself?
Come on, cuz I got like 3 more now.
I'll take one.
I'm sorry for where we at, Kazak?
33. Genesis 33 and 18, sir.
Can you get that red bull
Genesis
behind
33 and
her? It's
18.
another
Now
one in
time,
that
sir.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
We're going to start it off in the Hebrew. We're going to read it in the English.
Nah.
It's another one behind that bag before for Officer Knockers also. I appreciate it. The water.
Let's give one hand real quick for the Most High in these glorious feast days that just passed, man. The Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, man. We got more to come.
Damn right.
We got Feast of First Fruits, I believe, is coming up. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Come on.
Feast of First Fruits is coming up, all right? So y'all make sure y'all get prepared for that. and make sure y'all come out to the school. We got this glorious school out here in South Carolina. You know, it ain't no reason. There's no excuse for not one brother and sister to not be here. That goes for everybody in Israel, man.
Right.
Not just the ones who are students in the school, but that's for every one of y'all that ain't students here. Ain't no excuse. You got a place to come and serve the Most High. You know what I'm saying? To come serve in the correct way. You know, not the wicked way that you're being taught in the Christian church. All right? So the brothers are going to get this in the Hebrew. You're going to hear us reading in the Hebrew because we learn the Hebrew here in this school. You understand? And then we're going to read it in English and we're going to break down the scriptures. All right?
Sir.
Yeah, 18 up.
18.
Oh, my God. Wayama'a. Oh. You said Wayaba.
Somebody's phone is on. I just heard somebody talking.
So, Wayabaya. You right here. Waya. Baya. Ya'a. Yakwa. Waya. That's a batu.
Waya Iquab. Waya Iquab.
Right here, right?
Waya Iquab.
Okay. Waya Iquab.
Well, it's what Iquab.
Okay, Iquab.
I'm still like it's like it's Ya Iquab.
Yeah, Iquab. Shalom. Ayara. Ayar. Shalom. No. Shakwam. Ashamar. Ba'a Ra. Ra'a Bataza. Barataza. Is that a quab? Kana'aim. Oh, and that's Baba'awa. Magadan. Aram. Wayaka. Wayakan. Ata. Gapa. Ya. Panaya. Oh yeah, okay, that's a P. Haya. That's Haya Ara. Verse 19. Haya. Waya. Wayakwan. Wayakwana. Ata. Ha. Oh, Ka. This right here too.
Yeah, because it doesn't have that little space in there. It's Ka.
Okay. Ka ba. Kala. Kwala ata. Hashadaha. Ashar.
Perfect.
Nataha. Sham.
Perfect.
Ahata. Ahalayam. Alahawa. Mayar. Mayid. Oh, that's a D. That's right. So like it.
So like, what we at again?
33 and 19, sir.
33, 19. Okay, no sweat. Go ahead. So like
Banaya. Haka. Oh, Hamakayar. Hamakar.
Kamawa.
Hamakara. Abaya. Shamar. Shakam. Bamaha. Is that Kwashaya. Taha.
Perfect.
Verse 20. Waya Tazab. Waya Tazab. Oh yeah, because the other one. Waya Tazab. Sham.
Perfect.
Ma'ai. Maza. Baha. Baka.
See that when you don't have a little space in there, it's a ka. If you have a space, it's a ha.
Okay. Oh, okay. The little space in the middle makes it okay.
There's no space there, so it's a ka.
Okay. The water. Waya shaka. Waya kwa. Da. Waya kwa. Ra'a. That middle one, that first one is a sata.
Where you at? Talking about here? That's wa.
This one right here.
Oh.
That's a little letter right here.
I can't see. Oh, that's la.
Oh, laha.
Lawa.
Lawa. Oh, lawa. Lawa. Allah. Allah haya. Allah haya.
That's it.
Yashamar Allah.
Yashara Allah. Yasharala.
Yashar Allah. Okay, it's Israel.
Like Israel, exactly. You're on 34, tell them
Yeah.
that.
Verse 34. 18, 19, 20. Chapter 34.
Wata.
Oh yeah, that's why. Waha
Wata.
ata.
Wata taza'a.
Wata taza'a. Daya. Daya.
No.
Daya naha.
That's perfect.
Bath.
Like
La aha. Shamar. Ashar. It's like it. Yalla. Daha. La ya a kwa ba. La wa. Is that la wa?
That's an R. La ra.
Oh, la ra. Ada.
Awa.
La a. Awa. Oh yeah, that a.
Yala awath.
La a. La wa a wath. Okay. Baba na. Da wath.
Wath.
Oh.
Or wata.
Wata. Ha ra. Ha ra. That's a long. What's that?
Hayarataza.
Harataza. Hayara'ath. Hayarat. Ataha. That middle one. Shakwa. Shakam. Ban. Damara.
Kamawara.
Is that?
That's a ka there.
At the beginning.
That's a car.
Okay. Kwama Dara.
Kamawara.
Kama Dara. Darama. You said, say that again? Kwama
Wara. Wa.
Rawat. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a ha.
Ha. Hata.
Haka.
Haka. Daya.
Wa. Ya.
Oh, yeah, that's the wa.
Ya.
Okay. Hata. You said that one. Oh, hada. Haya.
Haka. Waya.
Haka. Waya. And the beginning letters is
Na.
Nashar. Ya'ath. Ha'a. Kwa.
Ha'ara.
Oh, Ha'ara. And this one, that.
Ending character. Taza.
Taza.
Arataza.
Arataza. Hawa. Waya. Taza.
Kwai.
Oh.
Waya.
Waya.
Kwaka.
Kwa. Ata. Ha. Waya. Sham.
Waya.
Waya. Sham. Damn, what is it?
Kaba.
Kaba. Damn, I lost my spot.
Ata.
Oh. Ataha. Waya a naha. Verse 3. Wata da wada wata da ba kwa nataza shamada napa shada shawa. Oh yeah, cause that's a wa. Bada badaya naha.
Perfect.
Damn, what's that again?
Bath. Like daughter.
Okay. Bath. Ya'a. Kwa.
The Akwab.
Oh, Yaquab. And that last one is
Waya.
Waya. Waya'a. Ha. Waya'a.
Ba.
Haba. Ata. Hana Ashar. Hana Ashar.
Hana Ara.
Hana Ara. Hana A. Da. Oh. Hana Ara. Ha.
Perfect.
Da. Oh, no. Waya. Da. Damn, what is that one again? Bashar. Bara. Allah. Al. Abba. Laba. Hana Ara.
Perfect.
Hana Baha.
Raha.
Oh. Hana Ra'a. I got this. Waya'an Ra. Waya.
Amara.
Waya Marat. Shakam. Allah. Kwama.
See, it don't have a club on the left, so it's a car.
Okay.
It had that club to be a thought, so it's car.
Okay, so like I lost my damn. We good. I lost it.
Car.
Right here.
Yeah, you know, where we at?
That one right here.
We should be right here. Come on, this line here. 2 lines below the 3rd chapter. Right on the 4th chapter. Fourth. See the 4th verse there?
Okay, we on the 4th verse.
Right.
4th verse.
So with 3 letter, we 1, 2,
Yeah,
3
oh
down.
yeah, I see it right here. Allah.
Set up.
He said that one is Kwama.
Wara.
Kwama Hara.
Kama. Wara.
Kwama Wara. Abba Yara. Oh no, Abba Yara Yawa.
That's perfect.
La'aim
La'amara.
La'amara Taza Quata Quaqua Laya
There's the tha.
Ata.
See that little club?
Oh yeah, right there with the club on it.
Right.
Ata
Atha.
Hayala Daha
Perfect.
Had
Hazah.
Haza Ata
That's it.
La'a Shawa La'a Shaha.
That's it.
Okay.
Clap it up.
I'm sorry, Crash. Give him my hand.
All right.
Again, that Hebrew is not easy, and the brother is reading it, the actual Assyrian Hebrew, man.
The water.
You understand?
Final time, sir.
All right, let's get into it.
Genesis 33.
So this is 33, so I'm guessing this is when Esau and Jacob met each other, right?
Con, sir.
And they made peace with each other, because for a long time Esau wanted to kill Jacob.
That's right.
And Jacob had to flee from being destroyed or killed by his brother, which his mother had warned him.
That's right.
Mother and father had warned him he needed to leave that land because his brother was sore with him because of that birthright. Well, he finally sees his brother. You know what I'm saying? After all of these years, and after all of them years of working with Laban and accumulating the wives and the children that he had, you understand? Now he runs into his brother, and so we finish up that chapter. I'm sure y'all went into it last week, or the last Sabbath, I should say. So we finish up with that, and then we go into the next chapter. So go ahead and start where y'all begin. Go ahead.
Genesis 33 and 18. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan.
Right, so he departed. So this is, if you go up a few verses where before him and Esau had split up.
I can go up there, sir.
Yeah.
And Esau said, let me now, verse 15, let me now leave with these some of the folk that are with me. And he said, what needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord.
Right, so basically Esau is saying that right before they depart ways is, let me send some of my men with you, you know what I'm saying, to protect you on the way on your journey. They had met each other. In fact, I kind of want to go to the very top of that chapter, because I definitely want to go into that.
I can do that.
All right,
sir.
if you could, just start at 1 and just go all the way down. You ain't got to read it in the Hebrew. Just
start at 1. Genesis 33?
Yeah.
Okay. Sir. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men.
400 men, right? Ain't no telling what was going to go down at that point.
Right.
Because you don't know what his spirit was like. You don't know where Esau's mind at that point was. Because for a minute, he for a long time, he wanted Jacob dead, and it was over that birthright. He felt like he was beguiled, man.
That's right. And he divided the children unto Leah, and to Rachel, and unto the 2 handmaids.
Right? So he divided his children. Whoever's children was whose by whatever woman he was with, he divided his children and gave them to their mothers, right? Keep reading.
And he put the handmaids of the children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost.
Right? So he had them kind of like, you know, set up to where he had the handmaids in the front with their children. Then he had Leah and what's the other one? Rachel.
Rachel
had them kind of in the middle, and then had Salakia. Read that one more time.
And he put the handmaids and the children foremost.
Foremost means in the front, right? Go ahead.
Sir. And Leah and her children after that.
Leah and the children after that, right behind them.
And Rachel and Joseph hindermost.
And then Rachel and Joseph in the far back. Right? Keep going.
And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times.
He bowed himself to the ground 7 times towards Esau and those 400 men that was with Esau. You know, you can only imagine what's in Jacob's mind. It's like, my brother might try to kill me. He got 400 men here. He might put me to death. Go ahead.
So like I said, if you're coming down and you see a white man with 400 men, and the first thing in your mind is, this is not finna go good.
This ain't good.
That's like seeing the police.
They
all pull up and the whole SWAT is out there. It's not gonna be good for you today, nigga. Yeah, it's a wrap. You know, but keep reading.
And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother.
Right, so he bowed 7 times to him until he came near to his brother. Keep going.
Verse 4, and Esau ran to him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept.
And it was a gesture of peace. You know, him bowing down to his brother, even though he's Lord over his brother, you know what I'm saying? It was a gesture of peace. It was him showing, listen, you know, I know you right now have, you know, those 400 men. Y'all had the power to kill me and slay my family.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, here I am, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he bowed down to him. But of course, Esau, you know, got off of his horse, went down there, embraced his brother, you know, remembered the love that they had as brothers, you know what I'm saying? And he wept. They both wept together. All right, keep going.
And Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And he lifted up his eyes and saw the woman and the children and said, who are these with thee? And he said, the children which the Most High have graciously given thy servant. Verse 6, then the handmaids came near, they and their children, and they bowed themselves.
Right, out of respect. They bowed themselves to Esau, man. Like Esau grew up over them years, didn't he? Just a little bit. He grew up a little bit, matured a little bit, right? Keep going.
Verse 7, and Leah also with her children came near and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. Verse 8, and he said, what meanest thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, there are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself.
Right, because Jacob was going to give him all, he brought a bunch of livestock. Just in case he was to ever run into him, he was going to give him all of that livestock or whatever as a gift for his peace, in exchange for peace. Like, I don't want you to kill me. Here's my peace offering. You know, here we go. You know, let me do something righteous and brotherly towards you. You know what I'm saying? So he was going to give him all his livestock. And Esau told him, nah, I got plenty. I'm good. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Go ahead.
And Jacob said, nay, I pray thee, if I now have found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand.
He said, I beg thee. He's like, listen, if I got favor in your sight, take this gift anyway. Take all of this livestock. Take all of these gifts that I have for you. Right? Go ahead.
And if I have now found grace in thy sight, then receive my present at my hand, for therefore I have seen thy face, as thou have seen the face of the Most High.
Right. Go ahead.
And thou was pleased with me.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Take, I pray thee, my blessings that is brought to thee, because the Most High have dealt graciously with me.
Right. So he's still, you know, letting them know, take these gifts that I have right here. You understand? He said, take these gifts because the Most High has been gracious to me, and you know, here you go. Keep going.
And because I have enough, and he urged him, and he took it.
Right. So he pressed him. You know, he pressed him, and he's like, and Esau just went ahead and took him as a gift. Right. Keep going. Real simple to understand.
And he said, let us take our journey and let us go, and I will go before thee. Mm-hmm. And he said unto him, my Lord knoweth the children are tender, and the flocks and the herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die.
So Jacob he's concerned. He said, listen, my women and children, man, they tired. You know what I'm saying? If I keep driving, if I keep pushing them on this journey,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, the livestock will die. You know, everybody they'd be hurt pretty much, right? Keep going. And
if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die.
Right.
Verse 14. Let my Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as the cattle that goeth before me.
Right.
And the children being able to endure until I come unto my Lord unto Seir.
Right, go ahead.
Verse 15. And Isupk said, let me now leave with thee some of the folk that are with me. And he said, what needeth it? Let me find grace in the sight of my Lord.
So basically he wants to be able to rest his cattle, be able to rest his family, right? Mm-hmm. And so Esau is saying, look, let me leave some men with you just to make sure that everything you protected, ain't nobody gonna hurt you, harm you, or whatever like that. And so Jacob was like, nah, I'm good. Jacob's like, I'm good, right? Right. Go ahead, Doc. Yeah, go ahead.
And Jacob was wise also. Right. He still knew he couldn't trust Esau. Mm-hmm. It's no different than today. Esau says one thing, but intentionally in his heart is something else.
That's right.
It's like, because he assumed Jacob was going to go to the land of Seir. And so he's like, yeah, hey, just, you know, I know you're tired, but just let some of my men stay here with you right here. You know, y'all going to come to Seir anyway, so let my men stay with you. And Jacob was like, nah. Nah.
And that's an excellent point. Give him my hand. And this is a good lesson on how to be wise in situations and knowing how to speak, knowing how to talk, how to deal with somebody, especially when you know that they, you know what I'm saying, knowing that they have conniving ways about themselves.
Right.
Especially when you know that this is a person that could potentially put a knife in your back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to deal with them. And you know, it's good that we have the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, under Commander General Yohana, because when you get in situations where you have to deal with the cops or the police, you are taught how to be a certain way.
Right.
A certain way that you wouldn't be if you was in the world.
Right. In
the world, you'd be ready to fight, be ready to do all kinds of things that would provoke that police officer to kill you. Right. You understand? And even if it's not your fault, even if it wasn't worth you dying, you know what I'm saying, there's still a way of dealing with those devils or dealing with our enemies than to do it the way we would normally do in the world. Right. And here you're taught to be smooth with your words. You know what I'm saying? To be smooth with your words, to know how to handle things, you know what I'm saying, in a legal and proper way dealing with your enemies.
Right.
Right. And Jacob, you know, Jacob endeared he endeared his brother, because that's his brother, right? That's not the brother, you know, that's not his nation of his covenant, but that is his brother, his blood brother. But at the same time, you know, his brother at one point in time wanted to kill him over a birthright. So he had to, in his mind, he had to be like, okay, you know what I'm saying, give my brother gifts. Don't talk reckless around them. You know what I'm saying? Let's be smart. Let's be peaceful. And the Lord wants us to be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? The Lord commanded us to be at peace with even with our enemy. We got to know how to fight this warfare without going out there and doing things that will further jam us up in this captivity.
Right.
Right. And so that's why it's important to take a good lesson from that, because Jacob had to do what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He didn't sell himself out to do it. You know what I'm saying? But he knew that he was still dealing with a man that once tried to kill him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Up.
And it's like, so even with the gifts he gave him, even though Esau denied the gifts, he still gave him the gifts. Like he knows his brother. He knows he might not want the gifts now, but who says how he's gonna feel later? You know, this is a lot of food. He has 400 men, and you turn that down, and later on Esau gets hungry. You know what that nigga Jacob said? He was gonna give me them lambs and goats. You know, let's go talk to him about them lambs and goats. And now it's a slaughter fest.
You want to think about it like this also. Jacob wanted to fill his belly up right now, so he won't be asking for nothing later.
Right. Take care of him right now.
Yeah, let me fill his belly up right now, so he won't be asking for no seconds. You know what I'm saying? So it was a wise thing that Jacob did, and this is also show. You know, this can also be kind of looked at as an example of brotherhood as well.
Right.
All right. Keep going out.
So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir, and Jacob journeyed to Succoth.
Right.
And built him a house.
So they went separate from their ways. You know, Esau went his way. Jacob went his way with his family, and they went to Succoth. Go ahead.
And Jacob journeyed to Succoth and built him a house and made booths for his cattle. Therefore, the name of the place is called Succoth.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. And Jacob came to Shalem, and a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan. When he came from Padaram and pitched his tent before the city, and he brought a parcel of the field where he had spread his tent, and he brought a parcel of a field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor and Shechem's father for 100 pieces of money. And he erected there an altar and called it Elohi Israel. Chapter 34.
So all to close that out, he made it to the land of Succoth. He set up an altar. He set up booths for his cattle to be at, basically houses for his shelters for his cattle to be at, and he set an altar up for the Most High. Right? Let's go.
34. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her.
What does that mean? What did he do? Go ahead, Ak.
It's like, so he raped her, sir.
He raped that woman. Shechem, the son of Hamor. Is that correct?
Yeah, Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite.
He raped Jacob's daughter, Dinah. Right? She was a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? But his disgusting behind just thought it was okay to rape her. Go ahead, Ak.
So like I said, and this is a Hamite. This is no different than that Hamite who did our sister Joy Morgan the same way.
Oh yeah,
right.
This is man. That's true. That's facts. This is him right here in this Bible, right here, man. This is the man that killed Joy Morgan and cut her body up in pieces and did whatever the hell Hamite would do to a dead body. You know what I'm saying? And this is him in the story right here. Right? Go ahead.
If I may say, sir,
go ahead,
this is not marriage. They, like you said, to reiterate, this is rape. I mean, this is no consent like some people think that they married her. They ain't married this woman.
How do we know? Because it says that he took her and he did what?
He took her and lay with her and defiled her.
Defiled her, man.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? When you defile a woman, that's not you marrying her.
That's right.
That's you doing something very evil to her.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we know that rape is against the law according to the Bible, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like stealing from a brother, man. That's like murder. It's the same as murder, which is what the scripture says.
Right.
Man. Right. When you rape a woman, which is the reason why the worthy punishment of raping a woman is death, man.
Death.
You asked me my opinion. I believe it's a lot of things that need to happen to you before you die.
Hell yeah.
But, you know, I can't choose that. You know, I let the Lord deal with that.
God.
You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what, you go to other countries and some other places and you see what they do to rapists.
That's right.
You'll find out that there's some horrible things that go down.
That's right.
And in some of the other countries, they cut your penis off.
That's right.
I like it for the language.
That's right, sir.
You understand? They cut your Johnson off, man.
Cut it off.
You understand? Keep going.
And defiled her. Verse 3. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel.
So like, read that again,
Okay. And his soul clave unto Dinah.
So he raped her.
Yeah.
Right? Defiled the woman, but then he realized he was in love with the damn woman.
Good night.
Like, how disgusting can you be? You rape the damn woman out of her will, and then you fall in love with her.
Right.
Like, that's madness, all right? Go ahead, all right?
That is truly the Hamites culture.
Only Hamite.
That is African culture.
God.
Rape a woman.
God.
Now you love the woman.
He couldn't even sweet talk her into being in a relationship with her. He had to take it from her. And then when he got that sweet, juicy fruit, now he want to fall in love with her and just...
I love you now.
I love you.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, man, come on.
Sad.
Go ahead, keep reading now.
And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob.
Wow.
And he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel.
Good night.
He rapes her and then he speaks kindly to her. That sounds like heathen culture, man.
Good night.
You Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, you better not fall into the philosophies of this earth, man. Into the philosophies of these heathens,
Right.
Which is nothing but pure wickedness.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? To look a woman in the eye and rape her and then turn around and try to be nice to her and kind to her, like you didn't just rob her. Like you didn't just murder her in her brain, in her mind. Do you know the psychological effects of being raped as a woman?
God.
Go and read it. It's a horrible thing.
God.
It changes her.
God.
It changes her mindset and her spirit. It takes years for a woman to recover from being raped, from being legit raped by a man.
God.
You know what I'm saying? And so he did something that was so heinous. You know, he destroyed the inside, this woman, and that's the culture of the heathens, and that's why we are to separate. Go ahead,
All right, so like I said, this is exactly how rapists do still to this day. They rape a woman, and then after they rape her and defile her, now they want to be nice.
Right.
Now they want to be sweet. Now they want to do all of these different things to try to make it seem like I'm not going to hurt you again like that. Let me give you these flowers. It's no different than when you see a man like beat on a woman, then he wants to present her with flowers and roses,
right,
to try to comfort her, because this is what these heathens do, man. Like, he raped her, now he wants to comfort her after he raped her. Like, you can't change that. You just defiled this woman in a horrible way, and now you want to be nice.
Right.
You should have did this before you raped her. You should have, you should have sweet talked her before, brought her flowers, brought her roses, and been nice to her. Not rape her, then do it. That is ass backwards. Like it, sir.
Come. I mean, it's like getting stabbed in the back, man, and then hugging the person you just stabbed in the back.
God.
So you shank them and then you hug them. Like, that makes no sense. That's heathen culture, man.
Yeah, ask me if they all right.
Yeah. And then ask them if they all right. And then Ham is such a disgusting animal anyway. He ain't got no game nowhere. If you look at him, how he carry himself, how he talk, how he act, he's just weird.
God.
Go ahead.
It's like, sir, especially real Hamites, not the Hamites that come over here and adopt our culture.
Right.
We talking about ham sandwich fresh off the slice.
We talking about them ones that's out there jumping in the damn mid-air for no reason. Like, they just jumping. Like, they got all the beads and the plates in their mouth, and they just hopping up and down. I'm talking about all of them. I don't care about shit. Even Wale. Shit. So like it for my language. Even Wale, even the Nigerians, all of them. I don't like give Africans no credit.
Right.
Not in here. Go ahead.
Or taking a bath and dung and
weed,
pee and
golden
now, how do you expect a man who who allows piss to fall in his head
Right.
to have game towards a woman. Like,
Right.
it makes no sense.
No, sir.
I don't get it.
And so, like I said, and we're not talking about humans pee. We're talking about he allows a cow to urinate on him.
That's right.
I mean, are we lying? No, we're not lying because the pictures are right there. in
It's
front of
right
y'all.
there, sir.
Right, go ahead.
Con. Verse 4. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife.
That is so. That is just crazy, man. So you rape this woman, right? Then you try to talk nice to her after you done raped her. Now you're requesting your father to get this woman for to be your wife. I can imagine he was just the most disgusting and like he probably was filthy rich, right? Just like these religious pastors that you know of today. You know what I'm saying? And all these filthy rich Africans and other heathens as well. You know what I'm saying? And he rapes this woman, he defiles her, right? Then he tries to speak nice to her. Then he goes and requests his father to give her to him as wife. And I'm just like this has to be hell for any black woman to have to go through, man. Right. Has to be hell for any woman to have to go through. Right? Keep going.
And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Mm-hmm. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come.
Read that again.
And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come.
You know how disciplined you got to be to hold your peace after hearing your daughter got raped?
That's right, sir.
You know, this is a brother with a lot of discipline. Right. You know, got a lot more discipline than me, guys. Because I hear about my daughters getting raped. It's going to take some brothers that had to calm me down a little bit. Then I'm going to have to, it's going to take every strength to get this finger to down to Muhammad phone. Because I'm going to want to take it in my own hands so like it. You know what I'm saying? But that's you know, I got to grow. I got to get a little bit better with it. You know what I'm saying? But this brother held his peace about the situation. Didn't say nothing to her brothers about it. You know what I'm saying? Until they came into the field. Keep going. Right. Is there any more on that?
Well, I mean, we can, but I mean.
No, I'm saying that we at the 7th verse. All right, Medium. Sean.
Sharbun Yahawah Bun Yasser Allah.
Sharbun Yahawah Bun Yasser Allah.
Yahawah Hashem Yahawah Shabrakathum.
Yahawah Hashem Yahawah Shabrakathum. Shabi.
So we left off at
33. Let me see.
18.
No. Right there.
34:5.
Yes. Tell them where you at.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 5 out of the Tanakh. Waya Akwab, Shema'ai, Kaya, Tama'ah, Ata, Daya, Naha, Batawa, Salaki, Wabana, Yawa, Hayawa, Ata, Makwa, Nahawa, Basha, Basha Daha, Waha, Karash, Salaki, Ya'ai Kwab, Salaki, Ba'ama, verse 6. Wayataza'a, Khama, Wara. Salaki, let me start. Kama, War. Abaya. Shakam. Al. Oh, Salaki. Allah. Ya'ai Kwab. Lada Bara. Atawa. Verse 7. Waba Naya. Ya'ai Kwab. Ba'ai Salaki. Ba'awa. Makah. Makah.
That's a na. Mana. Aman.
That's a na.
Man.
Man. Hasha. Daha. Kasha. Kasha. Ma'am. Wayata. Atza. Bawa. Ha'a. Nashiyam. Wayakhara. Laham. Ma'ad. Kaya. Naba Laha. Asha. It's like Baya Shara Shara'al.
Allah.
Shara'allah.
Read that again.
Baya Shara'allah. Lashakab. Ata. Bata. Wabath. Yeah,
Where you at?
right here.
Okay. Start read it again.
Okay. Lasha Kaba. Ata. Bath. Wa'ai Wayakwab. Wakana.
So it's Yai Iquad.
Ya Iquab. Salaki. Wakana. La'a. Ya'ai Shaha. La'ai Shah. Salaki. Verse 8. Wayada Bara. Khama Wara. Atam. La'ai Mara. Shakam. Banaya. Khasha Kwaha. Napashwa. Babata Kham. Tanawa. Salaki. Na'a. Salaki. Ataha. Lawa. La'ai Shah. Verse 9. Waha. Thakha. Waha. Thakha. Tanawa. Ata Nawa. Atanawa. Banata Yakham. Yakam, not Kham. It's like Tatana. It's like I'm gonna do it again. Tatanawa. Lanawa. Wa'ath. Bana Tanawa. Taqwa Khawa. Lakham. Verse 10. Wa'ai Tanawa. Tashabua. Waha Rataza. Taha Yaha. Lapan Yakham. Shabawa. Wata Karawa. It's like Waha Akha Zawa. Ba'a or Baha. Verse 11 again. Over. Keep going. Waya Amara. Shakam. Allah. Abad Yaha. Wa Allah. Akha Yaha. Well, it's like I'm doing it again. Akhai Yah. That H and Yah is
Aka.
Yaha or Yah?
Yaha.
Yaha.
Right.
Yaha. Amataza'a. Khana. ba'ai wanayakam wa'ai shara ta'ai marwa alaya atan verse 12
Read 12, yes.
harabawa alaya mashad mahara
Go back.
ma'aid ma'ada
That's right. That's better.
okay ma'ada mahara wamatan wa'ai tanaha ka'ashara wa ka'ashara ta'ai marwa. What's it like? Let me do it again. Ta'ai marwa alaya watai nawa laya ata hana ira hana araha la'asha.
That's it.
All right, let's get it. Give him my hand.
Who we at? 30.
Oh,
Who we start?
we started at verse 5, 34.
4 5. Come.
Let's see, let's go here. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they would come.
Right, so the sons, all of his sons, the tribes, you know what I'm saying, our forefathers was out there herding them sheep. You know what I'm saying? They was out there herding, tending to the cow and everything. And Jacob knew what was going on, but he held his peace until they got done doing it. Right?
Verse 6. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him.
So now Hamor comes out, right? Because he's going to talk to Jacob about his daughter, right?
Nice.
I don't know what the hell wrong with Ham, man, in his mind. I don't know what the hell wrong with any man in their mind that would think that, this is about to be a peaceful ordeal altogether.
Sure.
Right? Like, this is like, you think this is going to be peaceful. You just rape somebody, and because your son is mad in love with him, everything is going to be too wild. You know what I'm saying? We about to find out. Let's read on.
Verse 7. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when he heard it.
Go ahead, you got it.
And the men were grieved.
Right? So now here comes, her brothers. Here comes Jacob's sons, right? Judah and Ephraim and Joseph, all of them coming out, right? And they was mad. They was pissed off, man. They had heard about the matter, and they was absolutely angry.
That's right.
Which they should have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if it had been any one of our daughters in here,
That's right.
everybody in this school gonna
Damn
fall
right.
on you, man.
Damn right.
Every man in this school gonna fall on you. Every
That's
time
right.
we see you, we gonna fall on you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just an evil thing for them to do, and yes, they were mad and very angry, which they should have been. Go ahead.
That's
'Cause
right.
They broke a law that was, it was a wicked thing they did.
That's
Right.
right.
Go ahead.
And the men were grieved,
The man was grieved, right? Keep going.
and they were very wroth.
And they was very rough. They
Be-
wanted some blood behind this, man.
Right.
God.
They wanted blood. Go
God.
ahead.
Because he had wrought folly in Israel, and lying with Jacob's daughter,
Right?
which thing ought not be done.
Which thing ought not what?
Be done.
Which something that should not be done.
That's
ever.
right.
Right? That should have never happened.
Nah,
You raped a daughter of Jacob, our forefather, Israel, man.
that's right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 18, and Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. Still at it.
Read that again. Verse what now?
And in verse 8, Genesis 34:8, and Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter.
Yeah, so he coming out there trying to, butter Jacob up and say, listen,
God.
my son, he's in love with your daughter.
God.
Right?
God.
Go ahead.
I pray you give him to wife.
Even though he already took her.
Right.
Even though he was just a homosexual, even though he was just somebody who who didn't even have the game to even really talk to a woman and get her the right way. He just took her and, now they over here asking for her to be his wife, and he done already took the woman, man. Go ahead, Salaki, go ahead.
So, like, if I may ask, so Hamar and the son, are they don't know that Jacob knows, right?
Right. So they don't know anything about it. They don't know that he knows what happened.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Because if Jacob would have known, do you think they would have went and told him?
Right. Exactly. Come on.
you think they would have came up to him, asked him to be his wife?
Exactly.
Like, what kind of punk? Did they think that Jacob was like a punk or something?
Right.
Go ahead, Al.
Well, verse 7, if I can read verse 7 again.
Yeah, go ahead. So, like, I'm gonna run to that.
And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were very grieved. And they were very wroth. So they heard, because he had wrought folly in Israel. So they knew. In verse 7 there.
Nah, so like they knew.
Okay.
But we were just saying that this goes also to show you what type of disgusting bastard his father was as well. His father knew his son had just raped this woman. And he still had the nerve and audacity to go want to speak to this man, to this girl's father, face to face, after you knowing that your son has raped this woman. What does that say about you as a father and as a man? That means you do the same thing. Right. That's why rape is so familiar inside of Hamites culture. You always hear about how Ham rapes women over there, how they do some sick and disgusting things over there to their women, right? Like especially to their own daughters. Like, not trying to be too explicit because their children in here, but they do cut the off their daughters. They put bricks on the breast of their daughters so they don't grow. Like, what in the heck? Come on, man. You got to understand what type of people we're dealing with. You got to.
I think they call it for the women. I think they call it circumcising the women. That's what they call that.
This is why the Most High wants us to be separate from these.
Right. So circumcise a woman. What? Oh, it's like it, sir. God. Oh, man. That's what they call that. Shit.
Sorry, Christ. What?
All right.
What was we at?
I'll read it. I go back.
Go read it again.
And Hamor communed with them, saying, verse 8, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. Man. I pray you give her to him, give her him to wife.
Right.
And verse 9, and make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us. And take your daughters unto you. Verse 10. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you.
So now he's trying to offer them, saying, let's all mingle, let's come together. You take my daughters, I give you my daughters. Let your sons have my daughters. I give you my sons to marry your daughters. Let us all come together. Let's all be together. Let's intermingle. Let's mix.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. Verse 11. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes. And what ye shall say unto me, I will give.
Read it again.
And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren.
This disgusting bastard, right? This is what he says. He says to her father, Jacob, right? And to his brothers,
let me find grace in your eyes.
Let me find grace in your eyes. How do you give a man grace after you done raped a woman, man?
Nice.
Like, that just goes against. Come on, man. Let's keep reading.
And let me find grace in your eyes.
Like, this is one of them scriptures that boils my blood, man. This is one of them stories that boils my blood. That somebody could be so wicked and evil, and then act like it was not a horrible crime that what he did. So go ahead.
And let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me, I will give. Verse 12. Ask me never so much dowry a gift, and I will.
Go ahead. So.
And I will give according as ye shall say unto me.
So Shechem is begging Jacob, like, yo, give her to me. I'll give you whatever dowry you want. You say what it is, you have it. You know what I'm saying? You'll get it. Little did he know, he don't understand Jacob, man.
Right.
He don't know what kind of power is over Jacob. He don't understand the God of Jacob, man. The God that's over us, man. He don't understand the power of the Most High and the righteousness that the Most High has over us, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He don't understand what Jacob believes in or understands, because in that case he would have known better than to ever ask for something, for a situation like that, and try to hide the fact that he raped that woman or whatever the case was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Would you about to say something, Mike?
No. Sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me. But give me the damsel to wife.
Man.
And the sons of Jacob.
Go ahead. You about to say something?
Kind of like I was just saying. I was saying that goes to show you how disgusting his father was too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like his father knew his son had just raped this woman, and now he's trying to make it right by telling him, "I give you whatever you want, man."
Because that's really what it was about. Like you can almost imagine that the only reason why he did that, they tried to bribe him with all of I give you whatever dowry you want. Whatever you want, anything you want, was because they knew what they did was just absolutely atrocious, man. It was an atrocity. It was disgusting. It was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead.
And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor, his father, deceitfully, and said, because he have defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto him, we cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us.
Right. So they answered deceitfully, right? They answered in a way, you understand, that would not allude to the fact that they knew that Shechem had raped that woman, had raped their sister, right? They answered in a way that, okay, we can't do this because you're not circumcised. Of course, in that time period, if you was a son of the Most High, you was a son of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You was to be circumcised. If you come from the promise or the covenant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you were to be circumcised, which is the reason why, you understand, Abraham and Isaac and Jacob circumcised themselves, and Jacob circumcised all his sons, right?
God.
And all of the sons of men, which were not the sons of God, which means they didn't have the covenant of the Most High, they were known that they wasn't the children of Israel, or they wasn't part of that promise or that covenant, because their foreskins were not circumcised.
God.
Right? Of course, today you can circumcise if you want to, but it means nothing. The circumcision is where?
In the heart or the mind.
Next time I see, raise your hand, but that's the right answer. That's correct. Let's give him a hand. Right? Go ahead. I just want to say something.
And so, sir, to speak on circumcision, not to go off subject, but Ham is such a disgusting bastard. They still practice circumcision to this day, but they got to put a Hamite twist on it. They circumcised the child at 5 years old, the boy. And the two grandfathers take the skin that's left over and split it in half and eat it.
Ham.
Put a little sizzle on the grill with it, and
They having foreskin bacon. Like Salakia. This is just a disgusting place that we live in. And if we gotta make it sound horrible and ratchet, it's just what it is, because that's the place we live in. Like, think of the world as ratchet. It is. That's what it is. It's ratchet. It's disgusting. It's just a horrible place to be in, and that's why we have to raise our children the right way, man, to teach them, so that we can get in a righteous kingdom. This is a horrible place to be at.
Right.
The Hamites is eating foreskin. Meanwhile, the so-called Jewish white man is biting the foreskins off of baby penises and giving them diseases.
Right.
Go ahead.
I don't know what it is with these heathens and young boys' penises going in their mouth.
It's horrible. and giving the child chlamydia or whatever you get from herpes and all that kind of stuff from biting off the foreskin of their penis, man.
It's like, sir.
Mm-hmm.
With a little olive oil in your mouth.
Oh man, come on. And then what's even worse is that the women, like, I don't know if I should or if I shouldn't feel sorry for them Hamite women.
Jeez.
Because they getting their clitoris is cut off over there, man.
Jeez.
They're not supposed to be able to know what it feels like to have sex because that makes them a whore in that country. They should only be able to they should only be able to sit back and let somebody have sex with them without enjoying the sensation of it.
Good day.
That's what happens to the Hamite women over there. If you think I'm lying, go look it up. Right? It's just a horrible thing, man, and that's why Shechem and Hamer, they have no guilt or no sense of shame for the wickedness that they just did to this woman. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High is getting ready to step in, man.
Right.
And the spirit of the Most High in Jacob and his brothers is about to step in this situation, and they about to handle this, man. You know what I'm saying? So now, what they're saying to Shechem is, you know, it's part of our custom. You have to be circumcised. You're not circumcised. We couldn't allow this. It's against our understanding, against our culture, against, you know, what we believe in. Right? Keep going.
Then will we give our daughters unto you.
Oh, if you circumcise yourselves, then we'll give our daughter unto you. All right? Go ahead.
And we will take your daughters to us.
We'll take your daughters unto us.
And we will dwell with you.
Mm-hmm.
And we will become one people.
Now remember, they're answering this deceitfully. Mm-hmm. Are they really going to do this, kids? No. That's the correct answer, Yanni. No, they're not going to do this. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 17. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone.
So if you don't get circumcised, then no sweat. We'll just be gone. You won't have her. Keep going.
And the words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son.
It pleased them. Why? Because they felt like this was what they was going to need to do. They believed that this is what they thought they was going to have to do in order to be able to be with that woman. It was almost like they believed that they were accepting him. As long as he was going to do this thing, right? You know what I'm saying? So what we on?
Oh, we start at verse 13 out of one.
Okay, so
no. We start at the end of verse 12.
No, he's asking. I'm just going past that.
You was going past it. Oh no, Salakia. We're gonna finish it up. We're gonna stop it right there.
Okay.
If that's the end of the 7, if that's past the 7 verses we did.
Yes, God.
All right, so we'll just stop it right there. We'll pick back up on the next Saturday. All right, Amadium. All right, we're gonna close out. All right. All right, blow the horn real quick for me, Kazak. And the God say.
Layasharala.
Layasharala. Now you gonna blow the trumpet once again, now?
No, sir.
All right, men of Israel, prepare to salute the Torah. We'll grab the Torah. Yabba Shem Yasha Brakya.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakya.
All right. Just the men.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakya.
Yeah, both of them go ahead too. Yeah.
Yahweh. Bashim. Yahweh Bashim. Yahweh Shah. Rakia.
So first. All right, you put your left hand up and put your right hand on your chest like you're saluting. Right here, Natazah. Put your fist right here. Put your fist right on your chest. There you go. Say Yahweh. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Rakia. There you go. Most of that.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Yah.
All right. Wipe on your hock with them. Towards the left, to the east. All right.
The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Bashemayim.
Shabashamayim.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakuka.
Malakuka.
Ba'ah.
Ba'ah.
Batazaka.
Batazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Asha.
Asha.
Baratazah.
Baratazah.
Dawa.
Dawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Latan.
Latan.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Kam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalakinawa.
Wasalakinawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Nasalaknawa.
Nasalaknawa.
Kabawakinawa.
Kabawaknawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Kaba'ayanawa.
Kaba'ayanawa.
Anasayawan.
Anasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Shayanawa, Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Naka,
Naka,
Amalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Bahala, Bahataparaf,
Bahalam,
Alam, Aman.
Amen. What he said in the English is, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come.
thy kingdom
Thy
come.
will be done.
Thy will be done
on
on
earth,
earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in
Give
heaven.
us this day,
Give us this
our
day
daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us our debts.
Forgive our debts.
Forgive our
As
debtors.
we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not
And lead us
into
not
temptation.
into
But
temptation.
deliver us from
But
evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the
And
kingdom.
the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Hakak the power, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh Shah,
Bashim Yahweh
Babu
Shah.
Kashah, Thalanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Arba'a, Amakala, Kal, Marawa, Hakak, Mataha, Amatazarium, Hakak, Mahakwium, Amathium, Hakak, Arakawaf, Amatala, the Garson, Bashim Yahweh Shah, the water, Aman.
Amen. What we just said in the English was Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to raise the lepers.
The power to raise the
power
lepers.
to raise the dead.
The power to raise the
The
dead.
power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
to
spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Yahweh,
Yahweh.
bless Israel.
Bless
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Bashim Yahweh Shah,
Bashim Yahweh
Barak
Shah.
Lanawa,
Barak Lanawa.
Basharala,
Basharala.
Wayah,
Hayah.
Wayah, Saparium,
Saparium.
Barak,
Barak.
Rapa'ah,
Rapa'ah.
Magan,
Magan.
Magan, Bashim Yahweh Shai,
Bashim Yahweh Shai.
the water,
Water.
Aman.
Amen. This was the prayer that we sent up for our loved ones. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
Bless, heal, shield, and protect.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121. Asha'ah,
Asha'ah.
Ayanya,
Ayah.
Ahariam,
Ahariam.
Mayan,
Mayan.
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah.
Azaria,
Azaria.
Azaria,
Azaria.
Ma'aim,
Ma'aim.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Asha,
Asha.
Shemayim,
Shemayim.
Aratazah,
Aratazah.
Ayatan,
Ayatan.
Lamawat,
Lamawat.
Agayaka,
Agayaka.
Ayanawam,
Ayanawam.
Shamarika,
Shamarika.
Ana,
Ana.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yanawam,
Yanawam.
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah.
Ayashan,
Ayashan.
Shamarika,
Shamarika.
Yasharala,
Yasharala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarika,
Shamarika.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Tazalka,
Tazalka.
Ayad,
Ayad.
Yanka,
Ayad.
Yahamam,
Yahamam.
Hashamash,
Hashamash.
La'ah,
La'ah.
Yakaka,
Yakaka.
Wayarach,
Wayarach.
Layala,
Layala.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamarka,
Shamarka.
Makal Rai,
Makal Rai.
Shamar,
Shamar.
Af,
Af.
Napashka,
Napashka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shamar,
Yashamar.
Tazaatka,
Tazaatka.
Wabatwa,
Wabatwa.
Wamata,
Wamata.
Da'aid,
Da'aid.
Alawam.
Alawam.
What we just said in the English was I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up my eyes
to the hills.
to the hills.
From which cometh my help.
From which cometh my
My
help.
help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He that keepeth
moved.
thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel.
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going
And
out
thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in.
this time forth.
From this time forward.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
Psalms 83. Malahaya.
Alahaya.
Adamaya.
Adamaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Althakarash.
Althakarash.
All.
All.
Shakwat.
Shaquash.
All.
All.
Kayahana.
Yahana.
Awayabatka.
Ayabatka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yahawan.
Yahawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Amaka.
Amaka.
Yamwa.
Ya'arayamwa.
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Yatazawa,
Atazawa,
Altazawa, Wanyaka,
Atazawa, Wanyaka,
Almarwa,
Almarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Makakidam,
Makakidam,
Magaya,
Magaya,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Yakazah,
Yakazah,
Sham,
Sham,
Yasharala,
Yasharala,
Awada,
Awada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Na'awatazawa,
Atazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka,
Al-Yaka,
Bariyaf,
Bariyaf,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Adamam,
Adamam,
Wayashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Mawaba,
Mawaba,
Wagariam,
Wagariam,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wamawan,
Wamawan,
Wamalak,
Wamalak,
Palashap,
Palashap,
I'm
I'm,
Yashapika,
Yashapika,
Tazawa,
Tazawa,
Gum,
Gum,
Ashawa,
Ashawa,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Amman,
Ayawa,
Ayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya,
Labanya,
Lawat,
Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Asha,
Asha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sara'ah,
Sara'ah,
Kabadian,
Kabadian,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Kakwashwan,
Kakwashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Dara,
Dara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
Ladama,
Ladama,
Shayathamwa,
Shayathamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamawa,
Yamawa,
Kara,
Kara,
Wazaba,
Wazaba,
Wazabak,
Wazabak,
Wakadazal,
Wakadazal,
Mana'ai,
Mana'ai,
Call,
Call,
Nasa Yankamwa,
Nasaya Kamwa,
Asha,
Asha,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Nasharasha,
Nasarash,
Slakia, Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af, Na'awaf, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayothamwa, Kagaya, Gaya, Kwash, Kwapanya, Raka'a, Kayash, Gaba'ar, Ya'ara, Walahaba, Balahat, Ariyam, Khan, the Dakma, Basa'arka, Wasaba, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Waya, Kwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Ashabahwa, Waya, Bahalwa, Ayai, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya Dawai, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, Akol, Arataza.
This is what we just said in the English. Keep not thou silent.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee,
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their
They
heads.
have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy
And
people.
consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy
They
hidden
have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come, and let us cut them off.
And let us cut them
From
off
being a nation.
from being a nation.
That the name of Israel.
And the name of
Be
Israel.
no more in remembrance.
Be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of
And
Edom.
the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
And the Hagarenes.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with
Ashur is also joined with
They have
them.
hope in the children of Lot.
They have
Open
hope in
the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto
as
them.
unto the Midianites.
As unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
The brook of Kisan.
The brook of Kisan.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
Came as dung for the earth.
Came as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a ram.
Make their nobles like a ram.
And like Zaab.
And like Zaab.
Yea. All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Zabah.
And as Zalmunna.
And as Zalmunna.
Who said,
Let
us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
The houses of Yahweh in possession.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute
with
them.
Thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storms.
With thy storms.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
They may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble forevermore.
In trouble forevermore.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
That thou.
Whose name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
Sar. All right. Before we close it out, is there anybody that wants to be anointed? All right. Anybody want to be anointed? All right. Just form a line right here. Set that down now. You can just go down there and just anoint each one of them. Just keep going. All right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get through this real quick. All right. So come up here, move a little bit closer right there. There you go. Stay right, not too far. There you go, right there. That's fine. All right. Just the men back here is gonna repeat what I say, right? All right. Yabaraka Yahweh. Wayashamaraka. Ya'ar Yahweh. Panyawa. Al Yakar. Wayakanka. Yasha'ah. Yahweh. Panyawa. Al Yakar. Wayashamlaka. Shalom. Yahweh. Bashim. Yawashah. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Adana. Bashim Yawashah. The water. Aman. All right. Next up, and of course, when I finish the prayer, then I'll tell you what the prayer is. Okay, you ready? Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamaraka. Ya'ar Yahweh. Panyawa. Al Yakar. Wayakanka. Yasha'ah. Yahweh. Panyawa. Al Yakar. Wayashamlaka. Shalom. Yahweh. Bashim. Yawashah. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Jalasia. Bashim Yawashah. The water. Aman. All right. All right. Next up. Yabaraka Yahweh. Wayashamaraka. Ya'ar Yahweh. Panyawa. Al Yakar. Wayakanka. Yasha'ah. Yahweh. Panyawa. Al Yakar. Wayashamlaka. Shalom. Yahweh. Bashim. Yawashah. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Jalea. Bashim Yawashah. The water. Aman. Sorry, Christ. All right. Next up. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Junior. 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 Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
All right. Next up. Ready? Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Natzazah. 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 Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
In my hand. Next up. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Adara. 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 Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Sign Christ. All right. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Azariah. 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 Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
All right. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh.
Wayashamarka.
Wayashamarka.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayakanka.
Wayakanka.
Yasha'ah.
Yasha'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hanyawa.
Hanyawa.
Al-Yakah.
Al-Yakah.
Wayashamlaka.
Wayashamlaka.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashim.
Bashim.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
April.
April.
April. Bashim Yahushua.
Bashim Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Osai Christ. Anybody else? Anybody else? All right. Last call. All right. With that being said, this is the prayer that we sent up. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh in the name of Yahushua, bless, heal, shield, and protect. All right. Osai Christ. All right. All right. All right, men of Israel. Amadium. Let's all stand up. Everybody stand up. Amadium means to stand. All right. Oh, Salakia, sisters, y'all may be seated. Salakia. Y'all sit down. All right, one courtesy salute to the men of Israel. Amadium Shabbat. Amadium Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
All right, Sar, sisters, Amadium. All right, one courtesy salute to the sisters of Israel. Amadium Shabbat. Amadium Barak.
Yahweh Shema Hashem Yahushua.
All right. Yadi Matad dismissed.